Welcome, my friends, to another episode of Project Leadership Institute, how you can up the ante in your project management, how you can effectively lead, because the true measure of leadership is influence. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's all about influence. So how can you be a more influential project manager? Today we got a question in about artificial intelligence. How can I leverage artificial intelligence to better lead as a project manager? And I'll just tell you straight up, the simple answer is don't fixate on artificial intelligence and what it can create for you as a project manager. Instead, focus on what AI cannot create for anyone. What am I talking about? Well, a lot of times we get into this mindset of AI can create things for us. But as a project manager, you want AI not to create stuff for you alone, right? That's good. But what you want AI to do for you is help you become a more emotionally intelligent project manager, a more emotionally aware project manager, a more communicative project manager who is able to use AI to bring down communication barriers, to up the ante on our communication effectiveness, to do a gazillion useful, emotionally intelligent, value contributing things for our team members and our stakeholders. So I'm going to let you into a number of secrets. Number one, you got to learn how to prompt engineer. Find my book on Amazon. It's called the RGB Prompt Engineering Model. This will help you get insanely good. I mean, people are always asking me, how do you know what to ask the tool? Because I have studied it and I've developed a model for querying the system. And it might seem very simple, but my queries get a lot of artificial intelligence value out of ChatGPT or Google Bard. I don't ask it mundane stuff. The way I frame my prompts, I've noticed, and this is not to be an AI elitist, but I've noticed that my prompts are extremely superior when I compare them to prompts from other project managers. Because what I'm asking AI to give me is very different, and the way I'm asking it to give it to me is different. But you can learn my approach by looking for my book, the RGB Prompt Engineering Model. It's a very, very small book, but it contains a lot of power. You also want to look at how I prompt the system in my other book, which is Project Management and AI for Project Managers. So if I were you, I would use AI to craft my communications. I would use AI to guide me on crafting my communication. Let me give you an example. When I want to send a powerful email to my stakeholders or people, I start off by crafting my email. First of all, I use artificial intelligence to just do voice to text because I'm able to speak in a more natural way, and I just use voice to text to capture what I want to say to my stakeholders. So I could use Microsoft Word for that. Just dump it down into Word, put on that microphone thing and just let the voice to text kick in. Then I take my voice to text, I take my idea that I have fed into Word. You want to know what I do? I take that one pager and then I put in a prompt into the tool, Bard, GPT, and I say, make this empathetic, to pass across a feeling of empathy that evokes an understanding of being heard. Take this text and transform it into that. And I tell you, GPT-4, not 3.5. 3.5 is a speed demon, it's great. I love 3.5, I have its uses. But 4, OMG. ChatGPT 4, are you kidding me? What ChatGPT 4 does to my words, my text, my ideas that I want to convey to my customers in an email or to my clients in an email. I tell you that I wouldn't be able to do that in 10 years. But what I would spend years doing, ChatGPT takes it, and through the power of those neural networks, through the power of machine learning, through the power of understanding value that I'm trying to convey, it knows I want to convey empathy and being heard, and it takes that body of words, my words, okay? Now I'm not asking ChatGPT to write for me blind. No. That's not how to do it. You want to take your email, your words, and ask it to do things with it. And what it spits out, my goodness. I cannot even begin to tell you the value that GPT gives me. Giving me an email I wrote back in a different way with a spin that is effective. I have had people thanking me like I've never been thanked before for communicating with them. This is the power of AI for the project manager. It's not in all the, well, let's use it for scheduling and risk and, oh, look at the analysis. Yes, trust me, I've done all that. I've written books about it. My book about project management and AI, yes, I'm very fascinated by that. But what fascinates me more is the emotional intelligence, the feelings of empathy, the feelings of understanding, of mindfulness that come from recrafting an email that I wrote, that I know, it's okay, but it ain't all that. And then you get the response back from the tool. It ups the ante for you as a project manager. So I don't want your fixation to be on, well, it can do charts, and look, the Agile Manifesto tells us, through this work we have come to value individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Have you ever asked yourself, why did those people write that? Why did those people, I believe it was 8 or 9 of them, the others had gone out to ski, and by the time they come back from skiing, these 9 people have written the manifesto, values, and the people who came back, they just said, oh, I guess we agree with it. It was flawless. It is flawless. It's great. It's profound. But when you take the time to think about what these people did, these awesome 17 individuals, they helped us fine-tune our focus in business and in life. Think about it, even in a home structure, right? When you say, these are the rules. These are the rules, kids. Okay. Is it the rules that are more important, or is it the interaction? Is it the socialization? Is it the mindset of why we have these rules? That's what helps kids obey the rules. It's not the rules. The rules in and of themselves are not the value. It's when you socialize the importance, when you evangelize the importance. That's when on autopilot you know you don't need to do nothing. Those kids, they'll make it happen because it's ingrained. And in the same way in business, when you understand individuals and interactions over, not instead of, value individuals and interactions over all the fancy, shiny object syndrome things that AI can do. When you really get the memo on that, your focus will be on the communication, because that's what binds people, individuals and interactions. We interact through our communication, through our tone of voice, through our body language, through our facial expressions. And when those things are not accentuated, people don't really get the warm and fuzzy that you are feeling because you're not conveying it. And how much more when we send an email? Because we use emails, let's be honest, how much of your communication with your customer is in person, or with your stakeholders, or with your team members? These days, everyone is almost remote or hybrid to some degree. I was having this discussion with some people about the Agile Manifesto, and someone said, Phil, it's been a while. This thing needs to be rewritten. It says communication face to face is the best way of communicating through and to and within a development team is face to face conversation. I'm like, what do you think? And the individual's like, well, Phil, I mean, some of you were in the class. You heard what he said, right? And he said, I don't agree. Because when we communicate as a team, sometimes it's on Teams. When we communicate with a team, it's on Microsoft Teams. And we're able to move more fluidly and dynamically on Teams because we're opening up charts and graphs and code, and we're able to better interact. So I understood what he was saying. But he also got the memo that it's not about the tools, it's about the interactions. It's not about the rules, it's about the interactions. So the summary of it all, my friends, is if you really, truly want to get good with artificial intelligence and take it to that next level as a project manager, where it's going to benefit you is in the human-to-human interaction. Not all of the shiny object. Woohoo! We got a new reporting tool. We got a new, and yes, I love analysis, but it shouldn't be your first point. Your first port of call should be the brilliance of AI to take your words, your emotions, your ideas, and convey them in a convincing, almost flawless as it were, way to your stakeholders. All right, so I've got a few more tips about leveraging AI for human interaction in project management. I'm going to give you 10 steps to doing that. Number one, natural language processing for communication analysis. So you got to implement AI-driven NLP tools to analyze project-related communications, emails, chat messages. You can use these to assess, to evaluate emails. If your company allows, that is, maybe your company has got some software tools like Pilot to be able to do that, that's great. Number two, automated task assignments and follow-ups. There are going to be things that you miss, but the tool catches and is able to automate follow-ups. Number three, chatbots for routine queries. So if you're a help desk oriented job as a project manager, or there's just a lot of things that come through, maybe it's time to start thinking about a chatbot to take some of those questions and to help you answer them. Number four, meeting, scheduling, and agendas. Again, AI can look for where there are gaps and where there's availability and wiggle room in people's schedules, and it can actually help you to schedule those. Number five, real-time collaboration enhancement. Use AI-driven collaboration tools that suggest relevant documents, resources, or experts during discussions and meetings. So AI knows more than we individuals do. Number six, speech-to-text transcription. AI-driven speech-to-text transcription, like I said, you've got meeting minutes, things that you want to summarize, or even just using AI to do voice-to-text goes a long way. Number seven, language translation and localization. These days it's getting even more and more ridiculous. Not only can AI help you translate, AI can take your image, make it look as though you're speaking a different language, and the enunciation, the tone of voice, the timbre is yours. It's bananas. It's absolutely crazy. Number eight, predictive analysis for stakeholder engagement. Employ predictive analysis to assess stakeholder engagement and satisfaction levels based on their interactions with project updates and communications. It's getting to the point that all of these tools we use, and I don't want to go into all the brand names, but the regular suspects, they will come with AI, because you know what? A lot of these companies are finding that it's just plug and play. It's just plug and play with the API. It's just plug and play with plugins. So even if a company that has project management tools has been their bread and butter, doesn't have AI, there are companies that are ready to partner with those other companies to deliver AI solutions on their software platforms. Number nine, emotional recognition and conflict resolution. Implement AI tools that can recognize emotions in written or spoken communication. I don't really want to give it that power, because it's something I need to be mindful of as a human and do better with, but it can assist you. Number 10, personalized communication strategies. AI can analyze individual team members' preferences and communication styles, and this can be used to tailor communication strategies. So there you have it, my friends. I've gone over a boatload of things with you. The most important one I want you to take away is don't just use AI for the reporting and the risk and the schedules and the budgets. Those are great. But beyond that, to take you to greater is the individuals and interactions over processes and tools. It's understanding that our highest priority is to satisfy the customer. Satisfy the customer, be mindful of the customer, and show empathy. Thank you very much. Hit like, subscribe, share. Those of you in the room, if you've got any questions, now would be a good time. Our friends at home, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next episode.